Shane O'Neill, Na Piarsaigh manager after their victory over Kilmalloack. Shane, happy with that performance?
Yeah, very happy. Both halves actually. It was a great old battle with Kilmalloack, which it normally is there. I think it was 1-11 apiece at half time and even 45, 50 minutes. So we kind of pulled away in the end all right. But very pleasing, yeah. I think we're directly into semi-final now, so delighted with that.
Obviously losing that tight one to Doon last week, maybe refocus the minds a little bit. Training must have been very, very ramped up during the week.
Not necessarily, no. Like they're an unbelievable group to just move on to the next task in hand, and you don't have time to think about it. It was only a week turnover, so we were straight back in again, and we didn't do anything different than what we have been doing. We knew we were coming well. Thought played very well for the majority of the game against Doon. We had probably a 20-minute period where we didn't. Doon deserved to win it. So we're just looked at the next task in hand, and we were delighted then to get the win.
All square to break, as you said. Lads really ramped it up in that third quarter where, it's always the business end in modern hurling, but really, really impressive stuff at times.
It is, yeah. No, and in fairness, and we'd 5 substitutes then again today. We'd 5 last week. All made a huge difference, and they've really been magnificent and been able to help us to bring it all home as well.
Must be delighted as well to get Adrian back on the field. He'd been out for a long time.
Yeah, he'd a very serious knee injury, and it wasn't just the ACL or anything like that. It was very complicated. So he's worked extremely hard. No better man to work hard on his own. Very process driven, and came on there and got 2 points, which was fantastic.
You mentioned the bench there last week. A lot of young lads being blooded in the group stages of this championship. Same again tonight. It's a real sign of where the club are as well. Again, with a Premier Minor Championship final during the week as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Last year we had 5 debutants, with 1 more this year with Dylan, so that's 6, so they're getting loads of game time. But we were all at the minor final on Wednesday, and even though we were a lot younger than Monaleen, the performance that those young lads put in was absolutely magnificent. We were all extremely proud to see the way they hurled. They hurled magnificently. Nearly got it in the end. They were constantly in the game, and that was actually referenced in our dressing room by the leaders in the dressing room about what the minors had done, and they had actually set the standards this week.
Just Ronan Lynch's performance tonight, Shane, he was instrumental in that victory.
He was, yeah. Actually, we all know how good Ronan is. He had a poor game by his own standards last week, but it's a sign of a player when he comes back the next day and puts in the performance that he did.
Just there on the outset, you mentioned directly into semi-final. How much of an advantage is that now to avoid the quarter-final, do you think?
Well, it is. I suppose it's a balancing act in a way, because you want to continue to play competitive games going into a semi-final. Like we have the last group stage against Mungret in 2 weeks' time, which is a competitive game. So we'll obviously prepare for that one as we have prepared the others. So then you have a 3-week break to the semi-final. So it has its pluses and minuses. You don't want too long a gap. As I was saying, you want to play a game. So we'll